I know you are good. Your siblings are also good. Your spouse is even more good. So when good and good meet, it should be super good. And the relationship must be very sweet and smooth. But it doesn't seem to happen that way often. But why? When people are individually good, collectively the relationships suffer. Why? Examples of siblings, neighbors, spouses, or families who cannot or do not get along are many. But taken individually, each of them is an excellent human being. Then where lies the fault? Differences may arise because every one of us is unique in our thoughts, feelings, looks, worldviews, and we are not ready to compromise them and come down to adjust with the people. Because when you are building a relationship, you bring together different values and ways of seeing the world. Adjusting to a new person's perspective and taking them into consideration can change your own worldview, and you are not ready for it. In this video, we will cover moments of adjustment which we are compelled to make and why it's always fruitful for your peaceful life.
Life is nothing but full of adjustments. You have to understand how to adjust everywhere and master the art. If you do not adjust anywhere, then people will force you to adjust. So why don't you adjust willingly? For instance, you must have used an umbrella when it started to rain suddenly. In such a situation, you never question, argue, or resist, right? Do you know why? This is because you know there is no point in doing so, and you are adjusting with an umbrella for going out. Put yourself in these situations. What do you do and why? Why don't you leave your job when your boss shouts and insults you? Because you are getting a salary which helps you run your home and not ready to lose the salary and adjust with his shouting. Why do you slow down the speed of your car when you drive on a bumpy road? Because you do not want to damage your car and hurt yourself. So you are adjusting the speed on the rough road. Why do you adjust to different showers, beds, pillows, door handles, taps, switches when you are in hotel or dormitory away from home? Because you know it's only a short stay in the hotel and have no choice but to put up with that. Why do you wear a winter jacket in the winter? Because you cannot make the outside atmosphere warmer. You have no choice but adjusting yourself by wearing woolen coats and sipping hot coffee to keep your body warm. In all these instances, we knowingly adjust to the situation at hand because we are fully aware of what might happen if we do not adjust. In the same way, in life, if we knowingly adjust to the people and circumstances around us, then we save ourselves from unnecessary trouble. This enables us to live a peaceful life.
Number 1. If you know how to adjust with others, you will never experience any unhappiness or suffering in life, and you will always have good and lasting relationships with everyone. Also, you will experience mental peace. Number 2. If you adjust, then you do not end up hurting the other person, and therefore they will not nurse any vengeance against you, and they will always be in harmony with you. Number 3. If you adjust, then there are no constant irritation or tension, and you are free to think on your work. Your common sense arises. This means that your ability to solve problems also increases. Number 4. If you adjust with everything, what it demands in your life circumstances, your present and future become better. Number 5. When you adjust with others in your life, by doing that, a lot of your own anger, pride, deceit, and greed gets destroyed. As a byproduct, you are improving yourself. Number 6. Since you are an adjustment personality, people will want to be in your company, as they are less threatened. Also, they will respect you.
Number 7. If you adjust to someone else, then down the road, the nature will present cooperative people around you who who are ready to adjust, cooperate, accommodate, and save you from crisis. Number 8. If you always adjust to the people around you, they will notice that. If you happen to make a big mistake, then they are more likely to react as if nothing big has occurred. Not only that, they will also stand by you until the problem gets solved.
Why people resist to adjust? Human beings are creatures of habit. We depend on routine to keep our lives feeling safe and orderly, so when something happens to disrupt that routine, we will experience feelings of stress and anxiety as a result. As young children, learning is part of our job, and change is a regular part of the landscape. As we graduate in our studies, the brain establishes neural pathways for things we've experienced and learned. These mental shortcuts allow our brains to quickly process the familiar. Since at young age, everything is established and programmed, brain is comfortable to react from its learned model. But any unknown big change is, as an evolutionary threat. Our primitive brain doesn't know if the change is good or not, and our uncertainty can create a negative bias.
For example, when you experience a major life change, like marriage, you must often reinvent the way you move through your entire life. From the time you wake up in the morning, the type of clothes you wear, to how long it takes you to get to work and the type of work you do, sometimes even to the kind of food you eat, everything is switched around. That's quite a lot of adjusting to do all at once. When a relationship picks up speed, your life becomes more entwined with the other person.
A couple of years ago, I hung out with this girl, let's call her Stacy, who told me that she struggled with making long-lasting relationships. Stacy didn't have any childhood friends, she didn't have any high school buddies, and even her coworkers rarely asked her to hang out. She always felt like the people she befriended did not stay loyal to her, and at the time, I didn't know what she was doing wrong. But after years of learning about social skills and thinking back to the way Stacy interacted around others, I started to realize that it was because she always broke the golden rule of friendship. The golden rule of friendship states that if you want people to like you, you have to make them feel good. If you make people feel good, they will want to be around you more. But if you make them feel bad, they will avoid you. It sounds pretty simple, but there are many ways that people accidentally break this rule. In fact, this was the first way that Stacy broke the golden rule of friendship. By having bad body language. See, the body language she portrayed made it seem like she wasn't interested in you, what you were saying, and that she was unhappy when you interacted with her. When you speak to someone and they look unhappy and uninterested, you think to yourself, whoa, is what I'm saying boring? Is she even listening to me? Should I just leave? And if this happens over and over again, you will instinctively try to avoid them in the future. Nobody wants to talk to someone who seems uninterested in whatever they're saying. Now you're probably thinking, way Stacy broke the golden rule of friendship. So I remember a specific interaction that I had with Stacy. I was telling her a story of how I did poorly in high school, how I didn't have a good social life, but also how I was able to make changes and get out of rock bottom. Now this is a pretty personal story that I hold dear to my heart. It's a story that I'm very proud of, and it's a story that I seldom tell people. But at around the halfway point, before I could finish my story, Stacy butted in, and she started telling me a story about her struggles in high school, how she had a harder time than me making friends, and how her rock bottom was way worse than mine. The second way that Stacy broke the golden rule of friendship was by making everything about herself. See, the thing is, the majority of people enjoy talking about themselves. It feels good to tell a story and have people listen to you. But when someone cuts you off and proceeds to tell their own story, they're doing two things. Number one, they're telling you that they don't care about you or your story, which is a terrible feeling. And number two, they're telling you that they want you to listen to them, to make them feel good and not the other way around. If you constantly redirect the conversation back to yourself, you're essentially asking everyone else to give you something without getting anything back in return. I think this was actually the biggest reason as to why Stacy didn't have any long-lasting relationships, because she made everything about herself.
everyone gets along with easygoing and good-natured people. That's not a great deal. But when you learn to get along with difficult and stubborn and harsh personalities, you have truly accomplished something. The more you adjust, the more your energies will increase and your weakness will diminish. Right understanding will prevail only when all the wrong understandings are destroyed. Adjust in life or perish. You need to master the art of adjusting in life. Thanks for watching the video.